You know what I haven't done yet? I haven't grabbed any rings. I need to reach. Oh, it's far. Got it. Arriba, arriba! My ring hand ring. Feeling very colorful today. That's why I've got color on. So maybe some flowers. I like these fairy wing. This one really wants to go on my fingers. You can see one of my favorite colors is green. Green and pink I love together so much. Let's just set this to the side. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Do this on this hand. This lime kind of goes. Kinda. It wanted to go on my hand. I want this one. Green and pink. So pretty. Ooh. I'm so easily distracted by pretty things. Where is this one gonna go? Ah, like that. Okay, why not? Why not? Let's be extra. Let's be extra today. So I just need to file this shape, and it will help with the tip wear because I'm kind of going to be filing off that extra edge there. Maybe hard to see, but this is about a week's worth of tip wear where the polish is receding, for lack of a better term, on the nail edge, and you know, we call it tip wear. So I use I keep my nail shape that I prefer is almond shape, and shaping your nails, it can be a bit of a process. For me, I like to let my nails grow, and then when they're at the certain length that I like, I'll start to file them. I have been keeping them shorter than usual recently for sidewall structural integrity. I know that sounds like it's so complicated, but keeping them shorter means that they're going to be less likely to break. And I've been working on growing out my sidewalls after having like damage from just being young and not knowing what I was doing with my nails. So I have some damage I'm growing out is basically the point of that. And sometimes it helps to keep them short. Sometimes it helps to let them grow and then shape them. And up until very recently, I was keeping them short. And now I'm letting them grow. So I've switched. So your nail shape and the integrity of your nail will change based on how your sidewalls are doing. And my sidewalls are kind of just weak. I had a lot of damage where I was having a lot of hangnails as a kid, you know, long time ago, centuries ago. And unfortunately, you know, if you have a lifetime of your nails being a certain way, it may take a very long time to repair them as well. Maybe not as long as like a lifetime of damage, but your nails can only really grow out all the way, like from the base to where your free edge meets your nail plate. That's about, takes about 6 months to fully grow out. So you would have your nails fully grow out maybe like twice a year. And with my sidewalls, they are still developing like strength. Like they are building proteins so that the sidewalls are less brittle, and then they're also like growing into my nail because they were hangnails before. So it's developing a new type of structure, and ultimately it will be better for my nails to have these stronger sidewalls, because it's kind of like having supportive beams in a house is a pretty good comparison. So the stronger the sides are, like here and here on your nails, the less likely they're gonna bend and break. So it just keeps the whole nail going, you know. So if you do get hangnails, it's really important not to mess with those and to clip them as short as you can go. The less hanging off of your nail and sort of dry nail proteins you have, the better off your nail is. If you have a split or something in your nail and it's just it never wants to grow back together, it may be better to keep it shorter and clipped so that it can have the chance to grow back into itself. Oh yeah, where was that campfire box? I put it down here. I'm gonna draw another card. See what kind of story I can tell while filing these nails. Go for the bottom of the deck this time. A very long night. Tell a story about a very long night. There's so many of those. Isn't every night very long? Or how could one night be longer than another? I suppose stress would do that. Stress is a good time dilator. So maybe a very stressful night. I've had some nights in the emergency. Those are never fun. Nobody likes to go to the hospital. That's why I'm really glad that the bear did not really get hurt. He's definitely tired, but I did not want to do a long night in the hospital. It's no fun to do that. What other long nights? Any fun ones? I've done gosh, when I was a kid, a long time ago, we did a lock-in at the bowling alley. Trying to stay up all night with a group of graduating teenagers. Oof. Chaperoning for that. I'm good. I'll pass. So let's take a look. I'm doing a little bit of this filing. I want to see if it has helped. Yeah, so you see that little bit of whiteness is starting to go away. So it'll help with the look of the nail since it's not being repainted. And then the stamps I'm going to use that will go over this will cover up any growth that there might be here. This small gap at the edge where there's been some new nail coming in will be covered by the stamping plates. Nails are not symmetrical. They do not grow in a symmetrical fashion. So shaping your nail based on how you want to shape it can be kind of a long process where you let it grow out and then you shape it a little bit and then you let it grow out and then you shape it. And it does help to file with nail polish on, because then you can see the shape. You can see what it would look like when it's filed or polished, excuse me. And moving your nail, changing where you're looking at it, can all help get the shape you're going for. So I don't want to fiddle too much and overdo it. Sometimes it can take me a long time to shape my nails. Like I'll just kind of put a movie on or something, take a break, and just file away all my problems. And your nails won't be the same like width either. So like my pinkies are so much smaller, and my index and ring fingers are both skinnier than my middle finger. So they can need different types of filing when you're shaping them, essentially, just based on the size. And with lots of length, that's partly the reason that you need nail oil, because you don't want them to get dry and have the possibility of breaking. I'm going to be going to a super dry climate. Next week I'm traveling. I don't think I'll be having any long nights there, but I'll need to have lots of nail oil handy. That one's looking pretty good. I might be able to get away with not doing too much here. Some nails are so easier than others. Like everything, there's variation. It's a spectrum. Thrilling nail file content. I'm trying to hurry up because I want to get to the fun part. I want to get to the stamping. I love the look of illusionary stamping designs over the top of magnetic polish. But I'm super into that style of artwork, like Junji Ito, kind of the Uzumaki swirl. I love that look, that design. I think for my next nails, I want to do a black and white design. Maybe mimic my model, the chromatic aura around me, and use some of those colors from my astral projection. Maybe make a little galaxical look, galaxy look, galactical. I feel like my thumbs tend to grow faster than my other nails. I wonder why that is. I wonder if other people have that experience. Being able to see the silhouette of what that shape looks like is very, very helpful. So if you have like a black background, that can help, or some kind of background where you can see the contour shape, the outline of what the nail looks like to get the tip shape you're looking for. So I'm looking for that almond look. So for me, I'm looking to get the two sides at a similar or as symmetrical of an angle as I can. It's really difficult to do with the curves of a nail. So this is a little bit updated. You can see the tip wear has receded a little bit, just enough. I can get another week out of these. And in comparison, my left hand has less tip wear, but I do have a little bit of wrinkling here on the edge that I need to fix up. So I'm gonna do a bit of a quicker job on my right hand. Once you get the shape you like, you only need a little bit of maintenance, unless you're really taking length off. So this thumb has a break on it. There's the slightest little bump you can see right there. That's my patch. That's where I fixed the nail. And that's another reason I keep my hands moisturized and my nails oiled, because the patches can, they're the acrylic powder that you use to patch a broken nail uses glue, and glue, like super glue, can dry out really easily, so your patch can crack, and that can actually be bad because it can make the damage on your nail even worse. So it's really important to kind of keep them short. So I probably need to take off a decent amount of length and shorten this nail even more. I'm not going to. I'll be safe. If I come back crying that I broke my nail on vacation, well, it's not really vacation, but on my travels, I'm like, Chad, I broke my nail on my trip. Nobody give me sympathy, because it'll be my own fault for not shortening my nail by a lot to protect it. You can get little nail oil, like little tubes. People sell like little tubes that you can keep in your bag or your backpack and, you know, take with you wherever you're going. I have some of those that I'll be taking with me, but I'll probably take at least one bottle of oil with me. So I don't know if you can see what I'm talking about with my sidewall here. Let me try to focus. It's growing out. It looks like it kind of curves. I don't know if you can see that curve. That spot right there where it's not polished is new sidewall that's been perpetually growing out for, gosh, I've been growing it out a couple of years now. It kind of is frustrating, actually. It's a frustrating process when the sidewall grows out and then it like breaks off, or it turns into a hangnail, and then you have to start all over again because the growth takes such a long time. So I had it grown out and it was doing so good, and then it broke off again. I had another setback. So I'm still working on the repair on this one, and the only thing I can do is just keep it painted, keep it oiled, let it grow, and hope that eventually it'll fix itself. Yeah, keeping it short is important. Basically what I'm doing now, because I don't want the sidewall to detach from the nail. I want them to stay together. Be happy together. Be happy together, like Cyrus and Reese. Please don't break again, nail. I beg of you. Yeah, I've been having trouble with this nail getting the shape I want, getting the growth right. It's the middle finger, you know, it's like got this attitude. Frickin' nail. You're a nail. You don't have the right to have an attitude. That's my job. They do feel like my hands, like my different two hands have their own personalities. My left hand has learned to be ambidextrous in order to paint my right hand, and I can tell the difference between my dexterity. Okay, so that's pretty good. Any other wrinkling in the polish on this nail will be fixed when we stamp it. I want to play with some stamping powders too. So I'm going to have glitter fingers. I'm looking forward to it. I love glitter fingers. It's like you get to wear your hoard, your polish hoard, goblin fingers. I'm locked in. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm trying to get this shape right. I'm locking in. Getting poked by this ring, too. This is the penultimate nail. I'm so close. Perfect music for the last file. My pinky just had a break recently, so the nail, the free edge is very shallow. There's not much to file. Just a small nail, just a small little nail. Small little baby nail. There we go. There we go. Just admiring. Put these back. I need to brush the area. So now I have nail stuff hanging around. Check out my unicorn! My unicorn brush! So cute! Hang on, chat. Earthquake! Hold on to your butts! Okay. Now let's prepare. Yay! Yay! Already! Time to prepare for the stamping. So I need to grab. Ooh, is this dry? Ooh, feels dry. Feels dry. Feels dry. Yeah, we have just these tiny little pieces that don't want to sit flat. But otherwise, it's dry. I'm glad I have all the tarot cards in sleeves. No, not the Christmas ones. I beg of you. Please. I'm so sorry if for any VOD watchers. I want to put on some real music. Real music, not Christmas music. Holiday. That's so much better. Okay. So these can basically go right in. They can go in the box. It's finally done. I want to make a booklet. A little booklet. And that'll be my guide. That'll be my guide in here. So it still has room. So I guess it's not completely done because I still need the final lacquer finish to seal it fully. And I need to make the little booklet, the tarot guide and amiibo guide. I'm gonna set that aside. It's cool. Getting closer. Getting closer. These are all my nail clips. I'm just putting this back because I don't need this right now. But I do need acetone. Is it hiding? It is. Supplies! Supplies! Okay, acetone. Designs. You want to see my nail tray? I don't know if I can show it. I have to move it in order to access my nail supplies. It's a big old tray of stuff. I have a cart. It's my handy dandy cart. And there's a little secret compartment that I'm accessing for my stamping supplies. So get our stamper. And we need sticky. It says sticky day. We need sticky polish. So we have white and black that we're going to use. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. What else do we need? Top coats. 2 top coats. Scraper. I have a little booklet of scrapers. Handy dandy booklet. Let's use this one. Yabax. Yabax. And we also need a set of papers to stamp the excess polish onto. There we go. And one last thing. This is a sticky thing to help. Everything's sticky up in here. Everything's sticky up in here. Tray gone. Shake the polish to get the pigment shaken up. You can see the separation here. Gonna shake it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Come back. Anybody else have dogs? Can you hear that shaking? That's the ring. That's the ring shaking. Whoa, okay. Okay. So this is actually a cool little stamper from Clear Jelly Stamper. It's a double stamper. But I'm just probably going to use this top one because you can see through it. So you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So cool. The cool thing is I can just put the top on this other one and set that aside. And this will be our acetone tray. I just need to clean it out. I can use this old tissue. Acetone. And just like smush it in there. Smush it up. I don't want to touch the acetone to my nails or else it'll melt the polish on my hands. I'm trying to keep it going. I'm trying to get another week out of this manicure. Acetone in the tray. You see my little good luck charm? He's so cute. He's a little gachapon guy. It's Earth. He's Earth. Smith and Wesson, Smith and Wesson. I'm gonna change this. Smith and Wesson. Cool. So all the supplies are ready. Now we just need to pick the designs. This will be fun. I want to pick a design that will cover my nails. So I like that. I'm looking for these like illusionary. This plate's a good example. These illusionary. Is that a form of surrealism? Cubism, perhaps? So I'm gonna just kind of sample this plate. I have some other ones here too. These have animal print on them. That's kind of nice. This is mid-century modern, 90s prints, cardigan prints, and floral. I'm pretty sure that's floral. And then that's just a separate one. This one, ooh, this has some nice designs. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one on the side, and this one can go away. So let's see here. So I'm gonna do nail powders on these. So I'm gonna have the stamped design on top, and then over that I'm gonna do some like pearlescent. So I'm thinking one will be black and one will be white. One hand black, one hand white. So white over the darker colors here for contrast, and black over these bright colors for contrast. So we'll do separate hand colors. And in my boxes, I have these pigments. Ooh, this is holographic rose gold. Wow. Ooh, shiny. So shiny. Some of these are just like plain silver shimmer. So it's got like a yellow shimmer to it. So those ones, I have a separate. What's up? What's up? What's up, beauty? They do a semi-annual sale, so they do twice a year sales, and they usually put their pigments on sale. And the trick is you want to wait until the end of their sale, and they do another 20% off after that. I'm not sponsored. I'm just a goblin, and I just hoard all these pretty little polishes and things. So the magnetic, what would look good under the white polish? Over the white polish. Over and under the hills we go to grandmother's house today. I'm really drawn to the holographic. Yes. 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 And then for my hand here, these are flakies. So these are not, this is not a pigment. This is like, they're little flakes, little scales that are sort of iridescent. They have a pretty color to them. Everything's pretty. And the trick is just to match the pigments to the tone of your base. So since I'm going to use a black base on this hand, I might want a darker pigment. The green probably wouldn't stand out because I have a green nail. So what is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Blue? Blue could be good. Blue could be good. Blue could be good. I'm listening. I'm listening. The reality of the situation is in hardship. We're not alone. That's true. Thank you for your gospel. I'm gonna cut you off though, bro. And I'm just seeing that one of these pigments has exploded in the box. It's this blue one. I'm just gonna look one more time. See, I'm already starting to get glitter fingers just by touching everything. I love glitter fingers. I don't care. Ooh, ooh, dark forest green holographic. Ah, we could try it. We could try it. There's also more of a silver rose. Yeah. This is just a chrome color. This is just copper chrome. Although copper chrome, I don't know if it would be obvious. Okay, I'm gonna go with my choices. I'm not gonna overthink it. I really want to overthink it. Let's get to it. So these powders will be the second process. And we just need a little applicator, which is in one of these boxes. No, not in there, not in there. Can we use a different applicator? Yeah, we'll use this. We'll use this. I have a little box of Q-tips, and these will work as applicators. That's fine. I'm going to start with this spiral design here in the corner. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake. So how this works is it's just kind of like a printmaking method almost, where you layer the polish over the stamp you want, and then pull it up, align your nail, press it down. Don't worry about it getting on the skin, it'll come up. And since this is a sticky base, it means that this polish is sticky so that this powder will stick to it. So the burnishing, all you got to really do is pick up some of the powder and then burnish it in. There's more burnishing. Today we're burnishing things, chat. Today we're burnishing things. Don't get confused with burning things. So we're burnishing it in. Then the more we do, the more the holographic pigment. Let's try to see that. Can you see that? The rainbow? Can you see it? That's the pigment that I just put on top of the polish. You can just barely see the magnetic peeking through. This is quite covered. This design kind of covers up the base almost completely, doesn't it? That's kind of what I was going for, though, because I didn't want to repaint my nails, so I can just get another. I can get another another week out of this with a new design. And the tape. I'll take some tape. And since I oiled my nails beforehand, did all that oiling, it makes it easier to pull up all of the paint that's on my skin and the pigment for that matter. See, all cleaned up. Check it out. Let's keep going. I don't even need to worry about cleaning up until the ends because I'm going to use a different design on each nail. So it's like the ultimate lazy process. Yeah, I have enough designs. This whole plate I could finish my nails with, which is pretty cool. I'm so clumsy. I'm so like I feel I should put my hands back here because I'm just really scared of bumping the pigment the pot of pigment, bumping the pot of pigment, and then the shit's gonna go everywhere if I do that. I gotta be really careful. Just being honest. Let's see. Is that I don't know. I think I want to redo that because it kind of looks like it didn't get enough paint on the bottom area. It could be a cool effect, but I think I want to try again. That's what I get for just saying I don't even need to clean it up. I don't even need to clean it up. Wrong. Immediately wrong. I'm getting a cleaning pad. Get that acetone again. I don't want to touch it with my hands. I don't want to get the acetone on me. So I have this cool little grabby, and then all clean. Try again. I'm gonna reorient this plate. I think maybe it's the direction that's causing my problems. Make sure I get enough paint on here. Try again. Yes, okay, that looks good. And then usually you lift up in the opposite direction that you painted down to pull the paint up onto the stamper. Look at that. That's better. That's much better. You just kind of want to align and then press down. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Tape time. Me knock me down. Clean. Oh, clean. I'm trying to get that magnetic shimmer to show. There, you can see it like that. You can kind of see that blue. That's the magnetic underneath that. I think it enhances that illusionary effect a lot. That's nice. It could be stronger. I know it could be stronger. That's just my fault for... No, it's not my fault. Getting sick is not my fault. Sometimes you just have to come back to things. Oh, yes, and I can't forget, the whole point is to put the pigment powder on. I don't want it to get too dry. Probably should have done this before I use the tape on it. Because you don't want the polish to dry before you can apply the shimmer. If it dries, then it's not going to stick. I think I got it just in time. You see what I mean about glitter fingers? The pigment is just going in. It's going to be everywhere. It's okay. Ooh, hoo, hoo, shiny, 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 shiny. All right, this time I'm going to remember to put the pigment on faster. Sorry for all the shaking. I think I'm insane. Never go. Where'd that stamper go? Oh, way over here. You're not crazy. I'm not impressed with this pull-up, but I think I can get the nice pieces, the nice parts onto my nail, and the parts that don't look so good will not be on the nail. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy. Who doesn't love holographics or shiny things? I'm suspicious of you if you don't like shiny things. People who don't take the enjoy the whimsy of life, they make me suspicious. Look at, we're just moving right along. We're just moving right along. Crazy. Crazy. That was a good pull up. That was super good. Did a good job on that. I'm not getting too close to this so that I'm not really breathing in any of this pigment, by the way. I don't, it's like microplastics. I watched this amazing documentary. It wasn't a documentary. What was it? Investigative journalism, but like YouTube journalism. Anyway, it was still a good expose on glitter, like the production of glitter itself as a material product. It went into how glitter is like, there's like a really... Hi, Pippi. Good evening. Nice to see you. I'm just going on a rant about glitter of all things. There's like a, not a conspiracy behind glitter, but there's a mystery around the production of glitter. And I'll have to, maybe we can watch this video after I'm done. That might be fun. Because I don't want to spoil the mystery behind the mystery of glitter. It's actually quite interesting. So I'm gonna put that in my pocket, save that, and we'll watch that together. This is making me want to sing. Call it what you need in this reality. Golly, how you doing, Pippi? I hope you're doing good. I'm doing really good. This evening is just getting better and better the more it goes on, honestly. You might find it interesting that I can feel the stamp on the nail, and I can feel the effect of burnishing the pigment into the polish. There's a like a thickness to the stamping polish. Kind of cool. Pondering some things. What are you pondering? Is it things you can share? Do you need any witchly advice? I can provide advice. Oh, it is so satisfying when you get the little bits off your finger. That's so satisfying. I didn't probably even need to pour that acetone. That might be a waste of acetone. This reality, call it what, and it's up to me. Nothing crazy. I just got invited to an Musume tournament and wondering how hard you should try. Ooh, are you really good at Musume? I think you've talked about it before. So you feel like you would be OP, and you're like, how hardcore should you go? I think you should be yourself. I think you should do what you can do, and if you're really good at it, then yeah, you should. You technically won 3 out of 5 races in your practice today with no preparation. Hell yeah! Good for you, bro. That's sick. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like being skilled at something. It's not like you'd be showing off. It's just that you know, you do a good job, right? But I hope your tournament goes really well and everything works out regardless of effort, right? So now you're wondering if you should just prepare or just run again with what you had today. I'm sorry, this song is a little bit vulgar. I'll switch it. I'll be good. Oh, you can't hear the music? Well, maybe that's good because it was vulgar. How about now? Is it coming through? That should be better. Sorry again to VOD listeners. You don't think so? Okay. Okay. I'll have to fiddle with that later. I'm glad you said something. I appreciate that. How about this? Can you hear this? Woohoo! All right. Hopefully not too loud. This will be on the VOD. So look, I'm throwing you a bone. I'm throwing you a bone. Ooh, you want to paint your nails. You want to enjoy the glitter. You want to be fancy. Woo! Well, I think that's the the stamping part of this hand is done. So now we can move on to the stamping of this hand, and then then we'll do the final top coating, which is just the clear coat, and I'm going to do that on both hands. So maybe then I will draw another card so we can chat while I do my top coat. So you say, the host of the tourney streamed it today, and they totally glossed over your umas. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe next time they will give you a shout out. One can hope. Oh no, this polish is stuck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, look. That's like leaking out of there. I'm gonna be able to get this open? Maybe if I got a rubber band, I might be able to. I could put tape on for extra grip. Oh no! Uh-oh. It ignited some competitiveness in you. They did you proud winning those 3 out of 5. Yeah, they did do you proud. They did do you proud. That's why I'm like, you know, you should just impress everybody with your skills with the Z. I need to get a rubber band. I need to get a rubber band. Oh, this is fun. That's not a rubber band, though. You ever just like go into a drawer and you're like, oh, this cool thing from my past that I completely forgot about because I put it in this drawer. What is this cool thing? What is this cool thing? It is a stamp. I made this, oh, many moons ago. Oh, hello, Kenneth. Just sending a little warmth your way and hoping each of you is having the loveliest and happiest kind of day. That's so sweet. That is so kind of you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. I'm on a little bit of a tangent because I'm taking a break. I've just finished the design on my left hand, and I'm trying to get this nail polish bottle open, but it's stuck. And in the meanwhile, I found this cool what do you call a stamp that's like your autograph, your signature? I know there's a Japanese term for that because they use seals all the time, but this is one I made for myself so long ago. I carved it, and you can kind of see the design is these are mountains, and this is a sailboat on water. I don't have a stamp color right next to me. This is a different kind of stamp. How funny is it? How funny. This is nail stamping, and this is classical stamping. Oh, thank you. I'm very proud of how these have turned out so far. I have a magnetic polish underneath the stamp, and then the stamping itself, which is this white part that you're seeing, is covered in a holographic pigment to make shiny like rainbows. So there's 2 layers of shininess here, which is pretty sick. And I really like this illusionary design. I've been talking about that a lot. It's similar because on these plates, they're engraved with their design. And this stamping with the rubber, you engrave on wood, and then you take it to a printer, and the printer, it's like almost like printmaking. They print the design onto the rubber for you in reverse. So then when you stamp, the picture comes out the correct way. So this is reversed of what it would look like. Maybe I'll go grab a stamp after I finish this hand to show off. So I got this rubber band. I've done this before. It's kind of like to give it some more grip. Hey, it worked! Oh, it worked right away! It worked right away! Check it out! Oh, okay. But look how dirty those threads are. Ooh, I'm gonna have to clean that. That's gonna take some work. I'm gonna have to clean that. It's gonna be really messy. It's gonna be really messy when I clean it. So that's not gonna happen right now. Let's turn this around and open up our next pigment. This one is a black holographic, kind of dark forest green almost. It's the color of the void. It's totally the color of the void. And I want to set it carefully down so I don't make a mess. I don't know if you can see it, but in order to clean the stamper, that's what this little sticky thing is. So when I do the stamp, any excess, I'll just go like that, because this is like, this stamper is sort of squishy. It's like a little squishy kind of jelly almost texture. That's how it picks things up. They're pretty easy to puncture. I'm seeing that this one has a little puncture on it, but they also last a super long time. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one, this one, this one. I'm not sure about this because it has white on it, so I'm just gonna go for it. Let's go for it. Oh my gosh, look at that brush. That is not normal. You see all that globby stuff on the end? That's not supposed to be there. Globby. Mr. Blobby. Mr. Blobby the polish. What would that look like? I have to do that over again. I didn't. I think this polish is a little off. Let's clean it up again. Take the acetone. Onto the cotton. It won't work to try to stamp if there's already polish on the plate, because the polish fills all of these engraved divots on the plate, and that's how you do the stamping, is by sort of filling it with this stamping polish, and then when you scrape like this, it evens the paint across the stamp, across the engraving, and then the stamper picks up the polish that's in those divots. I don't know. I would grade that pickup not very good. I don't know if I'm putting enough polish on here or if there's something wrong with this polish. I'm almost wondering if I should just stick with white and not use this black right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna follow my instinct, chat. Follow your instinct. If your instinct says it's not working, then go with plan B. My instinct says this black is funky AF. Okay, sticking with white. The white will be fine. The white will be fine because the pigment is dark, and I think the white will work just as well as the black would. I'm not sure. At least at the minimum, it will match my hands because I'll have white on both hands. So at the minimum, it will match. All right, make sure you get enough polish down. My left hand, getting that practice in. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. No, you see that? Maybe I'll use my pinky. Look, I can fix this. My pinky is the perfect size. Yeah. We salvaged it. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to the other end of this Q-tip to get the pigment on there. You see that on there? And then directly apply. Ooh, Oh, whoa, that's way different than I was expecting. Whoa, that's almost purple. Oh. Nice. I'm super curious how it's gonna look on the other nails. Burnish it in, burnish it in. And let's move on to the next one. Stamp it. Yes! Oh, that's successful. That's success. That's success. That's gorgeous. That pickup is gorgeous. Okay, I better be quick. I better be quick. And varnish time. Wow. Wow. It's like really enhances that green color underneath it. It's really different so far from the pink nail. Burnish, 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 burnish. See these two thumbs together. It's like two eyes looking at you. They're looking at you, Chad. They're looking at you, snake eyes. Okay. Tape, 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 tape. I do like doing this method where like I'll paint my nails and then I'll come back and do a design on top, because when your nails are dry, like the paint layer is dry, it is so much easier to move around and do things and use your hands while you're working. If the paint was wet on my nails, I would not have as much dexterity. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Get this lined up right. Yes. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Ooh. Yes, I am delighted by my own by my own shiny nails. Yes, very delighted by my own shiny nails. The whole point is being delighted by your nails. I completely understand how people who get into D&D become like dice goblins, and they just become like collectors of dice, because I am absolutely a polished goblin. Polished dragon with my hoard of shiny goodies. Yes. Yes. Last couple of nails. Since I clean the plate, I can use whatever design I want. It's kind of cool. Nice pickup. Nice pickup. Very nice pickup. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just walking in because I'm like, I feel that feeling where you're almost done. Da-dee-da-dee-da. the last one gonna be? Point your finger. This one? This one. If you can get the polish spread on the plate in one swipe, that's skill. Woohoo! So quick. This is just one layered stamping though. You can really get fancy with it where you're doing layered stamping, where you're like, you put the design on the stamper and then you paint it on the stamper, or you do multiple layers of stamping. So very similar to printmaking, you're building up a design one stamp at a time. This is different. This is using the pigment powder. So you can totally add layers to this and do more to it, but it's not quite the same as just like a traditionally stamped design. It's much easier. It's just an easy process. That's kind of why I love it. Eventually I'm gonna get into layered stamping and do more complicated designs, but I also love having glitter fingers. And I mean, the cleanup is so easy. You just take the tape and you just except if the tape sticks to you like it just did. Okay. So I'm just using office tape to pull up any glitter that's on my side of my nail here. I have quite a lot of glitter on me. Quite a lot. It'll come off. I'll wash my hands. It'll come off. And then the microplastics will go into the water system, and then we'll drink it in the water, and the fish will drink the microplastics. Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? Microplastics. Captain Planet, where are you? We need you. Wow, look at this messy table. But look at these pretty fingers. Hell yeah. And I think they kind of like, they complement. I think I did a good job of complementing the pigment to the nail polish, because this hand is very, it was dark before, and now it has this bright layer of holographic on top, and this hand is very colorful, and it keeps that colorfulness, but the patterns add a little bit of extra texture, something interesting. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we still have to do top coat. That's the uninteresting part. Don't go away. It's interesting. It's interesting. I'm going to make it interesting because I have cards. Trying not to get overwhelmed by the mess. I don't like mess very much. I'll come back and I will clean it up off stream. I need a drink of water really quick. 1 second. Were you counting? That was probably closer to like 5 or 6 or 7 seconds. Thankfully, I have a trash can right next to me, so these Q-tips can go away. And let's put this one. Will be for cleanup later. I'm gonna put that aside. This is just one of those like sticky rolls that you would use on your clothes, so you can just peel off the layers. And it's probably still good for another layer or two, so it doesn't necessarily need to be cleaned. It is the cleaning. It is the cleaning. All right, my pigment powders go into their containers. And I set the stamper here. So just put the top back on like that. Done. And top coat time. So there are two different top coats, because one of them is to seal the design and prevent it from smudging, and one of them is to seal everything else. I'm pulling out my campfire cards. Let's see what we got. Tell a story about the time you got lost or stranded. I'm thinking. This is like when you go to an interview and they ask you a strange question and you weren't prepared for it. And then you're scrambling to think. This is my interview with Chat. What's the time I got lost or stranded? Right now I'm lost. I'm lost in trying to remember a time I got lost. I don't think I ever had one of those experiences where, like, some people have those where you get lost in a department store as a kid or out in public. That never really happened to me. So this is called a smudge-free top coat. It kind of looks like I'm doing nothing, doesn't it? But the thing about this stamper is if you applied a straight top coat like this one, it will smear your design because it's reactivating the polish and making it move on your nail plate. You really don't want that to happen. So this smudge-free top coat will add a barrier that prevents that from happening. So that's why we gotta do two. Some people are so skilled that they can skip that step and just apply a straight top coat and not smear their design because they're just so skilled in their application. I'm a messy person. I'm not that skilled. I don't mind being messy either. I like being messy. So I just do it the regular way. I just take the slow route. The slow route's fine. There's nothing wrong with the slow route. I am still thinking about a time I got lost or stranded, by the way. I am still trying to think about a story. I do remember one time I was living down in LA, of all places. Of course you would get lost down there. That place is just scary. Never want to live there again. And it's just like I was on like the 405. I had just gone to visit a family member and it was late at night and I was driving the highway back to where I was living. I was like in Long Beach or something at the time, around there, and missed my exit. It was like very early GPS days. I'm not even sure I might have had a TomTom actually. One of those old school GPS like devices that you input the route directly into the machine and it would try to direct you. Well, it kind of doesn't matter what GPS I had in the story because I definitely missed my exit and I had no idea where I was or how to get back. So I was like panicking, trying to get to the next exit to turn around, And the way the LA highway systems just like cross into each other is very complicated and confusing. Oh my gosh! I just saw wow, my follower goal. My follower goal was just finished. That's so cool. Oh, that's so exciting. I'm trying to get to 50. I'm just a little baby streamer, okay? I'm just a little baby streamer. I'm trying to get to 50 followers and affiliate. And we just hit 30. That's so cool. I'm just a little baby. I'm just a little baby. So I'm waiting for the smudge-free top coat to dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to clean the edges around my nails with acetone. Like this. And this helps seal the nail polish in. It also helps clean up any top coat that is on the edge of the nail. I mean, and all of this other glitter from the stamping process as well. It will melt glitter. Acetone can melt glitter, but it's not just gonna make it all disappear. So I'll still have a lot of glitter on my nails after this. So I get to pretend I'm a fairy. I definitely feel the difference in my spirit, my personal spirit, when my nails are polished versus when they're not polished. I get a lot of like a boost in my morale and my personal spirit, especially when they have a nice design on them. So it just makes me feel so good. It gives me like a lot of confidence and happiness. And it's just nice to have something nice to look at on your hands, you know, just like catch them in the light during the day. I did put this smudge-free top coat on my right hand. I was like pausing for a second. Did I do it? Yes, I did. I just need to clean it. So once I'm done cleaning this hand and this cuticles, I'm going to put the last top coat on. And then I need to figure out what we're gonna do next. I don't want to watch that glitter video, but I'm gonna have to find it. The conspiracy of the glitter. If I wasn't streaming, I totally would be like watching the movies. I like to watch movies while I do my nails. I'm a big movie person. Chat, do you like movies? What was the last movie you saw? The last movie I saw was the Amazing Digital Circus in theaters. I went last Friday and it was so worth it. It was so worth it. It was so worth it. Uma Musume movie. I didn't even know there was an Uma Musume movie. You're gonna have to teach me all the Uma lore. What did I watch before the Amazing Digital Circus? I want to go see the Backrooms movie. I've heard so many fun things about it. Oh, there's over 130? That's a lot. That's like the Animal Crossing villagers. There's like hundreds of those villagers. If they ever come out with another game, there's gonna be, I'm sure they're gonna do like another couple of hundred. Do they have, I'm sure they have figurines for all the Umas. Of course they do. There's figurines for everything. I'm not too much of a figurine collector myself. Because I collect polish, right? Where am I going to get the money for figurines on top of collecting polish? There are some nice to look at. Went to Akihabara, and you know where we went actually was Nakano Broadway. Nakano Broadway was fascinating because it was like a retro toy sort of mall. There was like a lot of shops selling retro Japanese toys. There was even like a retro toy museum at the top of the mall, which was kind of cool. What you can say is that they're each based off of real racehorses. You know what? I did learn that. I watched Sea Dog video where he met one of the voice actors from I'm assuming like the game, right? And they went to a horse ranch where they met one of the famous Umas. They met one of the horses there that the character is based off of. So I did see that. I love horses. I would love to go horseback riding or have a horse. There's a horse ranch only 5 minutes away from me, and I'd love to lease a horse, but I don't have the time, unfortunately. My day is already so busy all the time. When am I gonna have time to go to lease a horse? Because then that entails, of course, you gotta be there throughout the week to clean the stalls. There's a lot of maintenance involved. It's not just fun. And I don't have a trailer. You'd have to get a trailer to go trail riding. So it's not just the cost of leasing the horse, leasing the space, but also upgrading equipment to be able to go on trail rides. Someday I want to. Someday. Horses are some of the smartest, most emotionally intelligent animals because they really evolved with people, and much like dogs, they're very in tune with human emotion and human behavior, because like that's of course what the horses were bred to do. It's just that only in the last 100 years or so we have stopped using horses for agricultural means, transportation, for any kind of economic purpose other than like leisure. And mostly now horses are leisure. People ride horses, and I would say like socioeconomically, if you looked, like did a study, you would totally see that people in the upper middle class or upper class, like social strata, are more or less the people who are keeping horses now and breeding them, and it's just because it takes a lot of money. And unfortunately, I've also heard that means that like the industry is very like snobby. But I don't think I would encounter that where I am. I'm in the middle of the forest. I'm in the middle of nowhere. It's a very chill, rural place, and the people are very kind here. So I don't think I would have to worry about any snobbery, so to speak. Maybe I'm the snobby one. I'm gonna be showing up at the horse ranch with my fucking fancy ass nails. I'm not afraid to put some riding boots on. God, I keep animals. Shit gets messy. Chickens are so messy. But we just upgraded their chicken coop, actually. It has a new hay bale system, so the chickens can't get into the hay, which was a problem before, as they were just like getting into the hay and like scratching it all up everywhere. But we need like fresh and clean hay to, of course, replace the old stuff with. So now we have a new hay box, and their coop has never been cleaner. It's fantastic. I love my chickens. They're good pets. Once you get to know them, like if you invest the time in any animal, really, if you invest the time, they'll come around you. You can make friends with most animals. Chickens, are not so smart, but they get to know you. And if you come outside and you bring them a treat, they'll come to associate you with the treats. And then my chickens come running to me every time they see me. If they see me in the window, they'll be like perking their heads up like, oh, is she coming out? Are they coming out? Do they got something for us? They're cute. Did I put the top coat on my right hand? Please tell me I did. Please tell me I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. So yeah, so this is the last process. Just the cleaning process. What's another story? Where did I get lost? Where have I gotten lost before? Have you ever tried to get lost somewhere intentionally? You just want the adventure of like getting lost and then trying to find your way around? Some people do that. I know there's Ludwig and Michael Reeves just did a travel vlog series where they went to China and they did not use GPS on their phones and just instead like tried talking to the local people and getting instructions on where to go based on just like broken translation directions provided by the people that they ran into. And they did a pretty good job navigating. They did the same thing in Japan in another video. Oh, sorry. And they spent some time learning basic Chinese before they went, which is like a really important factor. I don't think you can just go to another country without knowing any of the language and try to navigate around. That would be a dangerous thing to do. But if you do know the language, or you can somehow communicate with the people, then yeah, that could be an interesting adventure. But there's a big asterisk there in that they are men, and it's so much easier for men to just like, especially white men, especially Ludwig, a guy like him, like he really was able to get around based on the fact that they were foreign to the area. You know, they were obvious in their presence. I did just see a video where there was a white guy in, I don't want to make up where it was. It was somewhere like India. It seemed like it was India, but that could be somewhere over in that part of the Asiatic area, country. Could be anywhere over there. So I'm not gonna make it up. But anyway, I saw a video where he was walking along. Some locals were trying to direct him to somewhere, you know, trying to entice him, come along with us kind of thing. And another local stepped out to stop them and was basically like, those people are taking you somewhere dangerous to rob you, and you should not go with them. And they were able to stop the guy from getting, like, you know, robbed in the back alley, essentially. I can go around in foreign places with the bear, because walking around with a bear is a very obvious thing. Like, nobody's gonna mess with the person who's walking around with a bear. I'm telling you, I've never had that kind of trouble, except one time. Okay, I'm lying. I hit one time I was in Hiroshima one time, and it wasn't even a person of Japanese descent. It was some other person who came along and just pushed me. They just pushed me while we were walking along. It was like evening in Hiroshima, and we were in a closed off street area, so there wasn't a lot of traffic. There was plenty of room to walk around. They intentionally came up to me and just pushed my shoulder, and that was annoying. You know, I say that it's easy to get around walking around with a bear, but my bear is very passive, so he just kind of like was just like, huh, okay. And I'm like, he's like having to stop me from running after the guy, because I'm the one who will be like, what the fuck you doing? Why you push me? What fuck? I'll totally be a little like badger up in your face. So yeah, so that did happen. That wasn't nice, but I don't know what the fuck that guy's problem was. That's the only time I've ever been assaulted in public. Is in Hiroshima, of all places. Not the Christmas music. I really need to get a different playlist because I can't handle this. Skip ahead. That's some victorious music if I've ever heard any. Very victorious. We got it done. There may have been a little bit of a delay getting to my nails, but we got it done. Check them out. Oh, hello, my hand. I'm trying to do the salon pose. This is the salon pose. This is the salon pose. This is how they do it at the salon. I don't like that. That's uncomfortable. I like this pose. The two hands. Like this, so you can see them all next to each other. Yes! Yes, queen! Yes, queen! Okay. Well, I'm gonna take a little short break here so I can... Actually, I don't need to take a break to do this. I can just do this like this. I'm just trying to clean up. Because I want to transition and I may need to move to my other desk. I feel like watching some videos. And I'll need to find the one video I'm thinking of. You see how it just peels off like that? So easy. Next time I'm at my nail desk, I will be redoing my nails all together, so it'll be a fresh manicure. And I also have I'm shaking things. I'm shaking. It's earthquake time. I also have some things I want to paint. You want to see? You want to see what I have to paint? I have some leather heels, shoes that need a new coat of paint on them, and I want to paint. I'm thinking daisies, but I haven't decided what kind of flower I want to paint on them. And then I also have some 3D printed stuff that needs some paint. Mario. And 64. This needs paint. Needs a little cleanup too. These have been sitting. So I've got some new tasks. I probably won't be back to my desk for at least a week because I'm going to be gone next week. I have to travel. I have some family members who are moving away, and it's going to be an emotional time. That's why I needed this power, this level up on my nails, because I'm going to be challenged next week with... Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm only for a short time. I do want to bring... I'm gonna bring some of my kit with me, so I very possibly will be able to stream. I've been working with a friend who's developing a mod for the game Melody Mania, which is a karaoke game, and I want to play that. So I've been playing Melody Mania during stream, late night. I'm like practicing singing. I'm a beginner in all of this. This is like, you're seeing me at level 1. I am so appreciative of anybody who's showing up. to hang out with me as I'm getting into this realm, the streaming realm. But yes, I have my kit I can bring with me, and a friend of mine, my sister, I call her my sister. She's a music teacher, and she will be able to sing with me. The karaoke game, the mod that I'm talking about, is a multiplayer mod that adds this like interactive feature to the karaoke game. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's a cool mod. I want to show it off. I'll be able to do that when I'm hanging out with my friend. And she's going to be much better at singing than I am, so it'll be a really fun competition. So that'll be next week. I don't know the day. I don't unfortunately know, because I have to get there. So I'll be posting on my Twitter updates about my schedule. And when I come back, I plan to have a solid schedule. I plan to have some posted streams and times. And it'll probably be close to 8 p.m. Pacific time, or a little bit later, closer to 10 p.m. Pacific. Just because I spend most of the day keeping my cottage together, and then the bear goes to bed, and then I have the night to myself. So I'm a nighttime witch. I'm a night witch, and I'll be back. But right now, I just want to take a little break and get myself together, and then I will be. Yeah, the bear is my partner. I'm you know that stereotype about women would rather marry a bear than a man. Well, it's not a stereotype in my life. Like, I did that. It works out for me. They act as a really good bodyguard. You can maul your face off. Okay, for real though. I'll be right back. Thank you for hanging out for the nail part. If you want to stick around, I'm gonna look up some fun history of glitter, because I've been in this glitter